just getting Zakai back, what was emotionally, getting Zakai back tonight, just emotionally, what kind of a boost do you think that gave the guys?
Well, I mean, I think what it was after the game, we walked in, just I said, Coach, we got to give Zakai the game ball because he said he's the heart and soul of the team, and he is. And it was hard on him. He wants to play so much, and he's been wanting to play for the longest time as you can imagine. But tonight he was, I mean, he knew he was going to be limited to minutes, but he changes the floor every time he goes out there. He changes the floor both ends of the court, whether it's offense, defense, and we'll be curious to see how he responded. I mean, he's responded great in practice. He's actually done more in practice than he did in the game tonight. He's responded well to that, but we said all along we're going to be cautious with him until so we'll get a good read from what he did tonight and see how everything from going, stopping, starting, and all that. Sitting on the bench halftime, we haven't been able to simulate that. We'll see.
What did you like and not like about the offense tonight?
Well, I thought early I thought we turned down some early shots. I mean, they were and I think the coaches did a good job of the scout after just one game. You get what you can, and we knew they were going to change some defenses and fall back and slow us down a little bit. There's going to be some nights when what do we shoot from the three tonight? Well, we're going to make more probably shots than we did, but we've got to do a better job rebounding our misses. Even if we're shooting the three ball, we got to do a better job. And inside, we've been working hard trying to get more things done inside, and I think we're going to be able to get better there. I do. I think we will. But again, I want to see us rebound the ball better offensively, but I thought the effort. I thought our guys were really trying to do the things that we practice, which is what we were looking for. The effort from our younger guys, I thought, were really good. And being in a situation like this, we probably played Santi and Joe Side a little bit more in the first half than we probably would like. But and Santi getting back to you, he had a really good rhythm going, but leaving for the time he did, but he'll get it back quick, and he'll do that. But again, there were some good takeaways from it, but we'll have to get better.
Grant and John, you think Santi can look a little bit more like his old self?
He will.
Probably not.
Yeah, well, he'll have to, because we know those guys have been in it. It's going to be a totally different type of basketball game. Obviously, we've got a great deal of respect for Wisconsin and how they play, and they've got some older guys, veteran guys, and they're going to be a good team. They're a good team. They'll be right in the thick of it in the Big Ten, and Greg Gard does a great job with his guys, and it's a really terrific arena to play in. They've got a great fan base, and early in the year like this, I mean, there's going to be some teams that, like ourselves, that with this, and then the tournament with Maui and all that, you could have some losses early and still be really one of the best teams in the country because tonight's the first day that we've had everybody together. This is the first time we've had, because Cade wasn't with us in the summer, and Zeke coming back right now, so and again, if you could ask me about a rotation, I don't know. I know that we played a lot of different variations tonight that we think we can play, but how it's going to shake out, I really don't know.
Coach, you held them to, in the back here, less than 30% from the field. Was that more of a product of poor shooting on their end, or how pleased were you with the defensive performance tonight?
I thought we were good. I thought our ball pressure caused problems, but you know what? It's very hard for a team like that to assimilate the length that we have and we put out there. I thought in the second half, and I told John this, they really do really good stuff. They have good schemes. He's a terrific coach, and they settled in the second half. I mean, they settled in. They started driving the ball with more of a force and got us off our feet, and we reached in, fouled. We didn't do a great job once they started just driving the ball, getting in the gap quicker. But we're so attuned playing ourselves that we try to defend that three-point line. But, again, I thought the second half they settled in and they keep doing what they're going to do. But our defense was good, obviously, and does it have to get better? It has to get better.
Mike, Ben, and Reese,
Yeah, Rick, how do you approach the minutes element with Sakai? Is there going to be a benchmark, you say, or how he feels, and it can fluctuate, or how does that look moving forward?
I'm going to listen to, Chad and Garrett. And our doctors. They've talked about it. They're telling me when to take him in and out. Which is hard on me because I know I want him out there a lot. But I also love him to death, and we all do. And again, he feels like he's ready to go at it and all the time. And we'll see. Depending on what type of game I might have a deaf ear, not hear. Depending on what it is. Because he is a comfort. A blanket where that he's going to, like I said, change the floor. But we're really seriously, we're going to do what's right by him. But like I said, I don't know if he's coming in here or not, but if he did, he thinks he's ready to go.
Rick, I know at one point you had decided whether Cade would redshirt or not. What was that decision to not have him redshirt?
He did it on himself. The fact that Cade brings us a different type of frontline player. Cade's a lot stronger than he looks. He's a guy that kind of what Asante does on the perimeter, he does inside. He's going to get you extra possessions. He's going to run down loose balls. He really has gotten good getting off the ball. He's a guy that you really can't lob the ball to, and he'll go get it. But he understands what we're trying to get done, and he'll get better too. I just think all those guys will get better. And the hardest part for the younger guys is playing through fatigue, and it's really hard. Because in practice you guys have seen it, I have a bad habit sometimes of stopping too much, so when you get going up and down the floor for 2.5 minutes or 3 minutes non-stop, it's tough. And the older guys can do it. The younger guys are learning how to do it.
Coach, back here, what's it like coaching without Rod Clark on the bench, and how are responsibilities shifted?
Well, again, Rob, he's a big part of the staff in this program, and I think I've got the best coaching staff in the country, and I could tell you my feelings about the whole deal, but I won't. But the fact is, Rod's a big part of it, what we do here, but we'll adjust. They would adjust without me on the bench, because again, I think that our players have so much respect for our coaching staff, and somehow I had to miss a game, our guys know what we need to do. I've got so much confidence in our older guys, and it's tonight. They know what's going on. They know what it's about, and but Rod will be back, I guess, after the Utah game. Again, he's a big part of what we're about here.
Coach Pelfrey talked earlier about college basketball changing and how your lineup has adjusted to that change with the shooting. How do you see the overall big picture of college basketball?
Well, those shooters, that ball goes in, it makes it all look pretty. I can tell you that. And we knew that we had to improve that from a year ago. And obviously, Dalton and Jordan Gainey bring us that. Both of those guys do have the ability to create their own shot and get a shot off the ball's in their hand with the clock going down. But I think all of our guys have improved. And I think, and I've said it before, I think that when they take shots that we practice, and their feet are set, and they all have the ability to make shots. And I think we've got some skill. We had a couple of really good passes. I think we have improved on our passing from a year ago. We still got to get better with it. But we want to play with some speed. And with that said, teams are going to try to slow you down. They're going to try to, and the way we play defense, we can put teams in long possessions, but on the other end, we want to score quick. So it's like, okay, we play defense for 30 seconds and go down and only play offense for 10 to 12 seconds. Sometimes you want to complement each other, but we think they are. I particularly don't want to play against a set defense every time down the floor. We can get out and get an advantage early, get the right guys in position to score the ball before the defense can get set. But with that said, we have to rebound the ball better. We're going to have to run down those long misses, and we're going to have to sometimes play inside out. We need to get fouled more. Any free throws we shoot. I can't read that, is it 12? What is it? Yeah. That's not enough. You know, we gotta get, but again, we try not to foul, and I'm sure other people aren't gonna try to foul us either, but as we know, it's the first game for everybody, and it's all gonna get ratcheted up going forward, and we're gonna have to be creative and do some other things at nights when we're not making those shots.
Last two at the mic and then Wes.
Coach, 16 minutes for Freddie tonight. Just kind of how would you assess his play on the court?
I would say, as a staff, we're proud of Freddie, what he did. I thought he really tried to play defense. And offense, he messed with it a little bit too much sometimes, but that's what he's starting to figure out. You know, the game is different, but he's trying really hard, and a player that I just think, again, we were really proud of him trying to play defense, and I thought he tried to play through fatigue. With his length, he's got a chance to be a complete player. But it's, again, having to play against our guys, I think will help him. But it's all those young guys, it's mental, understanding that the game mentally is equally, or really, you know, Coach Knight used to say it was 4 times more important than the physical side, which I agree. And that's probably the hardest thing for young guys to understand, the mental side of it. That means being detail-oriented. It might be as simple as being in a stance, being alert away from the ball, all those things. That's where he's going. I think he'll continue to get better. But today was by far and away, I thought his most effort, productivity on the defensive end.
Coach, right here, sorry. How would you assess what Jordan was able to give you? It kind of kick-started that run for you guys offensively through the first half.
Again, that's a good term, kick-started. I thought he did do just that. I thought first group went in, and guys, I do think they turned down a couple of shots early, and because, you know, we talk about not getting stagnant, getting moving, and the fact is, sometimes you're going to play games where people are going to try to encourage you to shoot the first one, but guys that can shoot it, they get that look, they got to shoot it. And when Jordan comes in, and I don't, again, he can shoot it, but he's more than that. He can score, you know. And Jordan didn't practice. He was sick today, and he didn't practice yesterday. And Tobey was sick too. I mean, I was really proud of Tobey because he was really struggling before the game. And Jordan again didn't do anything, and he was really tired his first run out there. I mean, he was really sucking wind, and he hasn't done that, looked like that. But we had to, you know, after he got a second win, I thought he settled in okay. But you're right. I'm excited if he is the guy that ends up coming off the bench like that. We need that kind of jump start when somebody comes in like that and just gets us really into a different groove in terms of. But he's more than a guy that can just shoot the ball. He's working hard to be a better defender, learn how to move without the ball, and again, he's ran a lot of point. He's not afraid to do that either.
Last one from Wes.
Do you remember the last time you had a team that you could maybe spread the floor with offensively as much as you can with this one? And how many different things can you do offensively when you have the ability to space the floor like that?
You know, Wes, I'm not sure we've had one quite like this one here, but again, we can space it, and with that said, as time goes on, it's going to get down to, it'll be personnel driven. I mean, I think teams will start getting into analytics, and they'll be trying to force guys a certain way and try to coach them this shot, that shot. I just know we can continue to get better, where we can really mesh the two, where we shoot it, where we drive it, mid-range games, scoring at all levels, and put the ball inside and playing quicker there as opposed to waiting and see what those guys are doing. It's all about spacing. If we get our spacing, if our big guys will fight for their space, because they're going to have some room to operate. We just want them to get it where we want them to get it, and we don't particularly want them that much off the block with it. But if it's there, we do think those guys can pass the ball, but we obviously think we can space the floor with this group, and it's going to help us. But we're going to, again, when we're open, we got to shoot it, but we also have to do a much better job rebounding.
Thank you, Coach.